I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior. I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitches are jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the boss, I got Richard and Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like Durant do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you ain't in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Yeah.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. And you know, Buddy V is only one half of the dynamic duo to kill it with.
Sam K. And man, we got a great guest tonight. Hopefully he's still with us. All the way from StreetBeefs West Coast, the one, the only, one half of our branch leadership, Bushido Zed. How we doing, man?
Crowd's going crazy. The crowd scared him away. What are you guys doing? No,
man, it's that Wi-Fi, man. People got to get their Wi-Fi on point, man.
Right. That's why I always try to replug my router before every show. I'm like, 20 minutes of showtime. Unplug the router, plug it in. Yeah.
I've got audio now. Yo, before it was crazy because I was like, oh no, I'm on, and like y'all were like all quiet and stuff, bro. I was like, oh no. No, we got to figure it out though. What's going on, you guys? How are you?
Chilling, brother.
Having a marvelous time. Glad to have you on, man. Woo, I'm excited.
I'm glad to be on. I love this show. Thanks for having me, you guys. And yeah, man, let's do this thing.
Let's jump into it, man. We just had the 3-year anniversary, and we had a phenomenal event. Can you speak on it from your perspective?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's cool because, man, everybody comes in at a different point, right? Like, you know, everybody's West Coast journey is like, oh, I came in at a 2 or at 7 or at 9 or 10 or whatever, you know, like, or some of us have been here since the very beginning. There's very few, you know. And that 3rd anniversary event, man, was really powerful for me because it was a culmination of 3 years of events of, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like trials, tribulations, like we went through all kinds of like bumps and stuff like that. And we just kept posting and look where we are, you know what I'm saying? And we're in a position where we can show the world what StreetBeefs is, you know what I'm saying? And the West Coast branch, like who we are, who our characters are, what they're capable of, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got people in Power Slap, you know what I'm saying? Like, it still blows my mind, man. Like that there's people shaking hands with Dana White, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's really cool. But that whole event was fire, bangers nonstop, banger after banger. You know, everyone was. The events are the best when the crowd feeds into the fights. You know what I'm saying? And that was lasting all day. Like you could just feel the energy all day from everybody. And those are the best events, man. And this event had literally from start to finish every single fight. So my hat's off as always to all the fighters. Thank you guys for putting on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just in there reffing or doing camera work sometimes. Like I can't thank the fighters enough for doing everything, putting the show on, basically. You know what I'm saying? So 33 fights. Every single one a banger, dude. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, made me happy. I'm a happy man, that's for sure.
Awesome.
That's crazy. I know before we go forward, I saw the one comment from Ryan. He asked, what's it like to fight Hell on Wheels?
What's it like to fight Hell on Wheels? I mean, basically, you have to untrain your mind because you're like, you want to move. You want to get out of the way. You know what I'm saying? And all you can really do is just bob and weave and go back and forth and cover up. And so really what you have to do is you have to throw so that he stops throwing, because Brandon's not going to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're sitting there covering up, bro, like he's going to be nonstop body, head, like everywhere. So I learned real fast and I'm like, oh crap, he's not going to stop. I got to start throwing back, you know? And that's when he started covering up. And I'm like, oh, this is when I take my break, is when I'm attacking him. So I got to do this more, you know? So it was crazy, man. It was like a mind game that I had to overcome. And yeah, unfortunately, you know, I injured my finger before that fight and during that fight. But dude, it was so fun. I would do it again. And hats off to Brandon, dude. Hell on Wheels. Cool ass dude, man. Cool ass dude.
Man, you were putting up a hell of a fight in that Hell on Wheels fight, man. That was the first fight I ref that day. And like you put up a hell of a fight, bro. There was a lot of punches back and forth.
Yeah.
A lot of damage and a lot of power shots, you know. A lot of people don't realize it's a lot of straights, but it's a lot of power behind that.
Yeah. And you know, obviously I had seen Hell on Wheels a bunch. You know, I watched him a bunch already. So he has a style. He's very technical with he has a lot of straights and a lot of hooks. And so I knew I could kind of dance with him, you know what I'm saying? And so like I was waiting to catch stuff, and then so I could throw my 1-2. You know, it wasn't real blind. I wasn't throwing a lot of haymakers. You know, it was like I was trying to keep it boxing. And it was crazy because it's like it's almost like it's just 50% of boxing. It's just the punches and the bobbing and the weaving. You know, there's no legs, no footwork, and we all know how important footwork is, right? Like that's your balance. That's like how you set up your punches and everything. You don't get that. You get generate power from a sitting position, and that's hard. That's really hard. So. Good experience, though. Very good experience.
Dang, that's like a whole core workout, I bet, right there. Just all
savage, yeah, because he's tagging you, too. He's also hitting you in the stomach. So it's like, good times, man. Good times.
And shoot, speaking of good times, I know you said earlier, after 3 years, we have ups and downs. You know, everybody does. But I wanted to know, I was curious, would you mind sharing a highlight or one of your favorite memories for anytime in the past 3 years? Just one that stands out real nice. Or two if you can't narrow it down.
Dude, yeah, so many. I'm gonna have to kind of generalize it and just say when a fighter wins and it's super meaningful to them, like they break down, they're like emotional, and you could just tell like they needed that experience in there. They needed, and you know, in a way they needed to come up on top. You know what I'm saying? They just, in that moment in their life, so I don't know, like I would say like when DTP, when we first saw him and he came in and fought Gorilla Pino,
yeah,
he won, like, oh my gosh, dude, like that was a powerful moment. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just tell that he came in there and he did it for his fam, you know what I'm saying? And like it was a cool moment. So I would say that's probably I mean, that's got to be up there on one of the moments. And but anything like that, you know, anytime a fighter affected that way, I'm like, yes, that's cool. It's cool to see.
And I'm going to piggyback off of that. I want to know, if you have one, what is your favorite fight in the past 3 years,
Oh my
not
God.
including this anniversary. Because we're gonna talk about the anniversary again.
Ooh.
That's hard, man. That's hard.
The people don't know you're one of the main people who have edited and put out these fights. So
Yeah.
you have some of the best knowledge amongst all of us.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say as far as boxing, gosh, dude, it's hard, man. I mean, like anything El Coyote, you know what I'm saying? But one that really comes to mind for me is 619 versus Takamura 2. That one was just nobody expected that start, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
But then for 619 to come back, bro, and to do the damage he did, it was just like these guys could go probably 10 rounds, you know what I'm saying? They could probably do a full like pro. It would be like entertaining, you know what I'm saying? People would pay to watch that. And I was just like, bro, like these guys are good. These guys are technical, they're fast, they're strong, they're tough, they got chins, you know, and oh dude, what a war that was, man. Like
I was bummed we didn't get part 3, you know, but
same.
you know, everyone's health comes first, you know.
Sure.
And we got to understand that. But everything you just said, man, I feel the exact same, bro. I mean, the first fight, the second fight, you know, 619, I'm in the moment, I'm reffing that fight, and I'm realizing, shit, I have to give him 619 his first 8 count in the West Coast. Like I have to. Like I just saw his head go, we, you know, and I was like, fuck, this is the moment, you know?
Bro, yeah.
And like you said, the comeback, man, he came back. He started to really push. We saw probably the most power that 619 has ever displayed in that fight. He came back. Yeah. For sure.
Oh, for sure, man. He was grunting, bro. Like I'd never heard him like grunt to try to punch. You know, usually he's in there just kind of playing, like pawing, and then boom, he'll hit you with something big. Like he turned it up. It was like about 90% of his punches were power, and you could tell he was like trying to put a hurt on Talk, and he was. It was throwing him combos, man, and it's hard. You know, you do not have much room in the hot box, and so you know, Talk had a little bit of trouble, but then he recovered and able to finish strong. So that's a cool fight, man.
I remember when I saw that, I was like, the switch just flipped. Oh my goodness! I'm like, oh.
You could tell. Yeah, it was crazy.
All right. Now, see, we have to continue with the theme of favorites over the past couple years, 3 years, right? Now, this is a good one. What's up? Favorite foods? Because I know, you know, every event has a different, you know, we have different styles, different things that brought out. So what are some of the best foods that you've had at an event?
Oh, man, probably at the hot box, the birria tacos. I mean, geez. There was some bomb pizza at the Smoke Ranch, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it doesn't have to be something like super fancy. When everybody's enjoying the event, and then you throw some pizza in there, dude, or some tacos, or like, yo, it just elevates the level. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's having even a better time now. Like, they're eating yummy ass food, they're watching good fights, and everybody's just vibing. And so anytime there's food, I'm happy. Anytime. But I will say, man, back at the Sandbox, there were some fire tacos at the Sandbox too.
Hey. Whoa, I had a flashback. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure 619 handed me a taco one time. He was like, bro, you look like you need a taco. I was like, oh, thanks, man. Yeah, for real, though.
I don't know if you remember Turtle?
Of course, man.
Turtle fought, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
He's my he's one of my teammates, a Gorilla Lion.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And man, one of his fights, bro, they had the taco truck. This dude after his fight, he had a plate full of tacos after his fight. Had a plate full of tacos. He comes up to me, bro, and he goes, "Oh, you ate full?" I said, "Nah, I ain't eat yet." He's like, "Man, get a taco." I'm like, "Bro, nah, you just got finished fighting. Like, you need it." He's like, "Nah, bro, get you one." So if I took one, fire.
Yep. Yo, I love people when people do stuff like that. So, shout out to Turtle.
Shout out Turtle. Much love.
Whoever else has done that, because I'm pretty sure other people have handed me a taco, dude. Like, here you go, bro. Like, damn, thanks. Yum.
Sounds like a good taco. Oh, and see the beauty of tacos when I was at that event, the invasion from the scrapyard. Oh man, I had one. I felt like a character. My eyes popped out. I was like, whoa, okay. We get a little more juice in that one.
Yeah, for real. No, I feel that, man. You're making me hungry, yo. For real though, I just had dinner actually. I'm not.
What? My girl's over here. She just finished cooking a bunch. I'm smelling it.
Yeah, I know. Like,
I'm getting hungry. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Yo,
hey, buddy, you guys have food vendors every event, or is it just every once in a while?
Yeah, every event there's a food vendor. It sometimes switches up. Like we had a guy come do some smash burgers, which are pretty killer, and he's fought before in the yard a couple times, so it's cool to be like, hey, food's on a break, he's fighting in the next round, and so it's like, all right, let's see, we get to see the cook go back, and yeah, we've had tacos once or twice. There was a lady, Sugar Hill Farms. She was one of my favorites because she does a lot of baking. So her husband or whatever came, her husband brought food, and he would cook Philly cheesesteaks. But she'd bring apple pie, pumpkin pie. She brought slices of cakes, brownies, and cookies, these candies and toffees. Oh, I think I almost got diabetes at one of the events after I shot. Oh, man. It was so good, though. But yeah,
about to be in the next weight class.
Hey, as long as we're on the topic of food, we got to shout. I haven't even had these, but we got to shout out WA's white cookie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
What?
Yet I have not had one yet, but these things are legendary. All right, it's like you can't even talk about them. You just got to be there and eat them, I guess, bro.
Bro, so here's the thing. You gotta first off, you have to be invited to the ancient secret training facility that is WA's house, right? And once you're invited, you don't just get the cookies. You have to go through. You got to go through the fire. You got to go through the fire. The fire is WA. He's gonna burn you. He's gonna scorch you. But bro, it's gonna be all worth it because if his wife's there and she makes the cookies, literally best homemade cookies ever. And you don't have to be like, I'm not even really a cookie guy. I'm really not a cookie guy. I was a cookie guy that day.
Damn.
I was a cookie guy.
That's awesome.
Fresh, flavorful, and it was like so many. You know what I mean? Like so many.
I'm all the way up here in Washington. Dang, man. Oh.
Hey, man. Well, next time you're in town, man.
Right. So all it takes is one ass whooping from WA. All right.
Shit, bro. It's worth it, man. It's worth it, bro.
I can't.
He's gonna drop some jewels for you, and then he's gonna, you're gonna get the cookies, and it's gonna be all okay. All your aches and pains for those 10 minutes will disappear.
Will disappear. I love it.
Yeah, shout out to WA and his wife, man. Shout out to y'all.
Hopefully he's watching.
Our Masters champ. I'm waiting. I can't wait to see him come back, man. I think what was that last fight was at the Super Bowl, and it was a banger, man.
Yeah.
But I need another Wade fight, man. I need one. And honestly, it might just be me, man. But I need to see him in Muay Thai again or a kickboxing match. I got to see it again, man.
Yeah, no, I feel that, man. I feel that. Wade is something special. Anytime he steps in there, it's inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he beats the crap out of everybody, you know, like even if he loses, he's tagging.
Yeah.
That he's dangerous, you know what I'm saying? And he trains, and he's like, don't take him lightly because of his age, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. So yeah, everybody loves a Wade fight, and that dude's cool. He's I love to have him at the head, you know, of the org. Like, what a good example. Like, cool person, how to train, good health, you know what I'm saying? Like, just a good person to look up to. So yeah.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for Wade, man, I don't know how long it would have took for me to like really make my way into the West Coast group, man. He was definitely my entryway, and you know, I always give my shout outs and my respect to Wade. But with that being said, man, speaking of entries into Street Beefs West Coast, you being one half of the leadership here, how did this thing come about? How did you get involved and start this thing?
Well, man, I've been watching Street Beefs for a long time, and I was a part of the Facebook group for a long time, and you know, chatted it up with fighters, you know, and Face every now and then, just comments, you know, and I was you know, very active in the group, and they wanted to come out west, you know, and so Martin and I, we met at the event. We fought each other. We became very good friends afterwards. And I think, I don't know, I feel like Face just kind of saw what happened between us. You know, we beat the crap out of each other. And so Face actually contacted us and was like, hey, thinking about starting a branch. And then me and Martin were like, wait, what? Like, messaging the right person, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's really how it started. And the rest is history. We took a huge chance with SPWC1, you know, San Bernardino. What a cool place to have the birth of you know, unfortunately we can't be in Cali, you know, that's the way it is right now, but we had that one event there, you know what I'm saying? It was the birth of it, and yeah, cool, really cool backdrop for all. It's I mean, that shinny kick, you know, it's just ingrained in my head, and the everything, all the fights from that day. But yeah, and it just took off, you know. Shinny's kick was going viral. A bunch of the other, Wade's fight was going, like, not super viral, but it was getting a lot of views. And so we knew we had something special. And man, yeah, Martin and I, we worked hard to build the community, but keep the personal feel. And you know, the bigger we get, the harder that is. But I feel like we're doing a good job, and everyone here is just super cool, and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on your guys' show, and that's cool. Like, I don't know, it's like all stuff. So yeah, it's from birth of the branch to the 3rd anniversary. My mind's blown. And so we're just going to keep going forward. We're going to keep getting more views. We're going to keep pushing more personalities. We're going to get more people into different orgs making money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my goal. I want to get the West Coast fighters and personalities out into the world. And so, you know, we're doing it now, but we're just going to keep doing it. It's going to be on a bigger scale. So I'm stoked.
Yeah.
What up, Derek?
What up?
See, I like it, man. That's great. I know Derek. He almost had a punch of, you know, tweaker the other day. Man, that's
that too. This is a good question though from Prodigy. Shout out Prodigy. Man, Prodigy had a hell of a fight at the anniversary, did he not?
Yeah, it was a good one. That was a fun one.
Oh man, I've trained with Prodigy at Wade's, and I've seen it firsthand, man. And you know, you've seen him level up so many times, but man, that was a banger. But that was a great question by him. He asked, when will we see you fight again?
Man, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into a fight knowing I can't throw exactly how I want to, and my finger is just, I don't know what I did to it. I never went to the hospital, and it's like I just can't bend it all the way right now, and so that's not optimal for punching. You know, I need full range of my fingers and my hands to be able to clinch and let loose when I need to. So I want to be smart about it because, you know, if I heal up, then I'll be able to have more frequent fights, you know, whereas if I jump into it right now and I injure it again, then, you know, I don't want to be sidelined. You know, I've been sidelined for so long. And so, yeah, I'm trying to get back in there for sure. I'm trying to get the jacket. I'm trying to get the fame jacket is what I want. So
Can you talk to the viewers about the jacket? I don't think they know what we're talking about.
Because I saw a
Yeah.
picture. It looks sick.
I wish I had one. I don't know if we have a clip of one or what, but they're the Hall of Fame jackets. You basically you fight 10 West Coast fights and you earn that jacket, and there's nothing to fit, but a ton of patches coming out for the jackets. So there's going to be like sub patches, KO patches, viral patches, and different levels of them. You know, kind of how you see them in video games, you know, like you level it up and the thing gets bigger and bigger. Like that's kind of what's in my brain. And so we're going to be dishing that stuff out. And so it's going to keep getting bigger and better. And obviously there's going to be more classes of Hall of Famers. People are going to get to that 10 fight mark. You know what I'm saying? And we're just going to keep having Hall of Fame classes. So I'm stoked, man. We're building personalities and we're doing it right. It feels right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, like you said, you got people from the West Coast step up to the next level. You got people over in Power Slap doing big things too. I mean,
things, yeah.
All because of what you guys are providing over here on the West Coast.
Yeah. I wait for people to show who they are, you know what I'm saying, and what their talents are. So yeah, I love it. I love it. I want a shot at earning a patch. Oh you...
What's up, Lots?
For sure. No,
I like earning a patch. The patch sounds cool as hell.
That's Coyote. I think he already deserves a patch. You know what I mean? Highest KO percentage.
Yeah, finishing rate gotta be, I don't even know what it is. Yeah, it's gotta be up there, man. Like
call him El Coyote.
Hey.
How did that fight with Viking go? I know it's not released yet. So was it who?
Man, it was like a clash of styles, man. Like Coyote side and Viking Warrior, of course, using his range, just really, really popping the jab and the combos out there, and Coyote figuring out how to get on the inside, and really, you know, they were both confused about how many rounds it was, which I feel horrible about, but you know, maybe a 5-rounder in the future, that would be cool. But yeah, it was a banger. I can't wait.
Yeah, it was for sure a banger. For sure a banger, man. Man, Viking, man, he's like 12 feet tall, bro. You know what I mean? Like I sparred him after the event and, you know, got pieced up a little bit. You know, he's just the range, man. The range is crazy, bro.
And not only are his arms long, but he uses his shoulders very well. You know, he's extending an already very long, and you're just getting pop. You know, like it's crazy, man. the guy's talented. He uses his height to his advantage, and not everyone does that, you know. So it's cool to see. Cool to see.
Man, it seemed like the jab just stays right in your face. Boom, 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 boom. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one time sparring him, we were going and I picked up the pace with him, and all of a sudden I just kept trying. I started going nonstop, going after. He just stayed. As soon as the training ended, I was like, man, that was, and walked right out the cage. Whoa! I just lost everything. He put the work on me. Oh man, I was tired after that. I had to stop for a minute.
That's funny, man. Yeah, I can imagine.
But Coyote, man, he's always one of my favorite. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I said it a few times. When he fought Wolverine on the West Coast, that was like 100% his win all the way. Just in my fan opinion. But man, yeah, Coyote is a beast.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that to drop.
That invasion fight was pretty special. It was a good moment, especially during the invasion. You know, because we were of course, we were tallying, you know, wins. So we were like, every win and every loss is like so important, you know. And so he came in strong with that win, and the morale was high after that, very, very high. And you know, even after Diesel's fight, when he fought Zaytoven, and he had to real deep, and WA and A-Train, like there was just so many good moments. Even if they lost, you know, there was good moments for us, and so we were feeling good. And then Coyote came and fought Wolverine, and yeah, we were just like, whoo, let's go, you know, let's go. So that's something I'll always remember. Never gonna forget that.
Yeah, slayed him, man. Slayed him.
Oh, it was crazy, you know. And again, maybe a rematch in the future. Maybe we can do a 5-rounder in the future. That'd be pretty cool, you know. But there's no invasions on the chart for now. But
yeah,
we need folks to come out to the West Coast. You know what I mean? That's
we do.
You know, but you know, we got a few, but we need an actual crew of invaders to come out.
Yeah, full.
Yeah.
Force. Be nice.
I want to see an all branch war, like all 4 branches go, just strong force. You know, just everybody come out and just be like, oh.
Where would we do it? Maybe we'd fly to each branch.
That'd be a good.
And like have fights in each yard. That'd be wild. That'd be nuts. How far is Gig Harbor from Seattle?
That's a question for Buddy right there.
Gig Harbor to Seattle, if you take the freeway, it'll probably be about hour 45 minutes, because then you got to go from the SeaTac airport. You drive south for about 45 minutes, and once you cross the bridge, another 45 minutes right there, so about an hour and a half. Not too bad. Heck yeah.
Not too bad. That's 2 hours.
Now, yeah. I know some people I do know there is a ferry you could take, so you can get off, take the ferry across, and then yeah.
And that cuts us down to what?
Cuts us down to like 4 hours.
Cuts us down to an hour?
Yeah.
Explain, because I've asked this before. You said a ferry, right?
Yeah.
That's like a boat, right?
Yeah, it's a giant boat.
It's a giant boat.
So, but if you can park your car in there, it can take like 40 cars at a time, whatever, and then you can walk on if you want. So
I thought it was like a gondolier, like a dude with like paddles and stuff, right? It's like Enter the Dragon, where you gotta like paddle.
Oh no. I don't know, man. I'm thinking like, would that fuck with me mentally as I'm trying to prep for this fight? Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't, I just seen a bunch of black folk fight on a boat. I ain't, you know what I mean? Right now,
that was crazy.
Right now, I ain't trying to be that guy, you know? Sorry, Fire Chicken. I couldn't make it. I got into a fight.
Oh no!
Man,
damn.
At least
crazy. Man, I remember I was telling everybody when that fight came out, I was like, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this?" Oh yeah, that was man. But hey, it's always good to see some sweet justice. Some street justice.
Some street justice. And yeah.
Street beefs.
Who got a chair?
Oh no. We're not doing.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yo, and I live in NorCal, which is like way far away from Vegas, bro. Like it's like a 10-hour drive. So, yeah, I'm kind of far away from everybody. But it is what it is. You know, one day I'll probably end up moving, but it's definitely not today. So,
yeah. But I mean, hey, it's like you could use it as an excuse to travel, right? Like, oh, gotta go travel.
Oh no, it's always a good time in Vegas, and it's always a good time in Arizona. So like, I'm never complaining. I'm never complaining. Yeah.
I actually had a quick question for the two of y'all, because I know that sometimes in those states it can get real hot. In the past, couple of years, whatever, or the past 3 years that we've been there, or you guys have been there, has there ever been a time where you had to take a little intermission because it got too hot during the day?
Couple times, man. Actually, I mean, intermissions are pretty common. It gets to a point where everyone's like hot, need a break. But man, I think the hottest events were probably SPWC 1 and SPWC 9. I would say, yeah, because I remember Rhino and Hated Native, they were like dying. It was like so hot that day. And then SPWC 1, it was kind of scary. We had some people like passing out and stuff, and we learned fast. We learned that we needed like people to drink water and like not cut weight and like, you know what I'm saying, like just stuff like that to like be safe and healthy. And but yeah, you learn fast. I mean, you have to survive. Otherwise, people are going to get hurt, and we're not trying to get people hurt. So, yeah.
We also got to go to work. Dang.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I would say too, like it gets to the point. Obviously, all the people are affected, but it's also affecting equipment. We got cameras shutting down. We have, a fight. I believe one fight got lost because of, something. I believe it was something to do with the temperatures took, something. But yeah, bro, it gets pretty bad where multiple phones need to be used.
Yeah.
We got phones on standby. We got phones, drinking water, ice cubes around it and stuff. Like it's. They're putting shade over the phone. Like it gets like that.
It sucks. It sucks. The heat is an element that we all have to battle, just like the sand. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully soon, we might be making some changes. We might be doing away with sand. I don't want to put it. Nothing's official. We're looking at sand, and it's a West Coast thing, right? Like it's the look, but there's no sand soft enough. Like if sand gets in your eye in the wrong spots, it could be like permanent damage, So like it just doesn't make sense to like keep putting the fighters at that kind of risk. And so it's a hard choice to make, because the sand is like, it's a part of the videos, it's a part of the West Coast, like vibe and culture, so who knows, there might be 2 cages. I don't know. But we are looking at the floor and rethinking it. And yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. It's like part of the unlockable stages, it's like every cage has something different about it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's really how you have to look at it, is like, everything's got its own flavor. And so we'll always have the videos with the sand, there's so many viral clips. And so I think if we eventually move on to proper flooring, it's going to be fine. That's my opinion. So, we'll see what happens. Yep.
I know a lot of people would agree with that. So,
Yeah, it's just there's no real reason. that much extra danger. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just what it comes down to, in my opinion. But you know, I don't make sole decisions by myself. You know, it's a crew of people that I look up to. You know, and so you know, and that's important for me because like I'm a super humble guy, but you know, to keep me in check is important. So, you know, and Martin too, you know, so like, we don't want to be like, we're doing it this way. You know what I'm saying? So like, we're going to poll, we're going to see what people think, you know, and we're going to already have ideas that we're going to think might work. And so we'll just go from there. And, yeah.
And again, you hear it here first on MMA Underground. That's why with all the people watching, all you fans, you get the nice, fun stuff when you come here. Thank you. That's what part of the joys of watching this fun podcast.
Hey, man of the people right here. Man of the people.
You know, dude, like, it's like, yeah, I try hard to just like take care of everybody, like as best as I can. Obviously, like, I'm limited, you know, but anytime I'm creating content, like I'm trying to tell a story. I'm trying to tell like who these people are and expose them, you know, and be like, yo, there's talented people, personality wise, skill wise, everywhere. You know, you just don't see them because they don't have a platform. And so we're getting bigger and bigger. And so there's more eyes on us. And there's more people saying, oh, dang, look at that person, you know, like who's the next DTP, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. And that's what motivates me is getting people opportunities and seeing people grow. And yeah, those things really motivate me.
No, it's like thank you. As part of branch leader, man, you guys, like I said, are creating opportunities for so many fighters to go out and create their own paths in a way. It's really great. And funny is what we've said before, even with Jay, there's a platform here that a lot of people who do amateur fights will not always have. They can go and they can be great, but they don't have the following. They don't have the this and that. The fact that you're on the, you know, StreetBeefs Scrapyard, StreetBeefs West Coast, StreetBeefs OG, or StreetBeefs 30 South, you're on a platform that you could just potentially become completely viral. And I mean, yeah, look at DTP.
Yeah. Cool is like, even if you don't go viral, even if you just have one fight, now you have a very easy way to show somebody what you can do. You know, it's under a very reputable channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not agree with backyard fighting or whatever, but like, if you have a good performance in StreetBeefs, your skills and stuff like that, that's huge. You know, you can take that places. You could take clips of your fight and build, you know, an Instagram following. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't necessarily do that as well in the AMI scene. You know, it's important to do amateur circuit stuff for sure. But having StreetBeefs there as a support group, it's an amazing thing. If you're trying to build yourself as a personality or a profile or a fighter or whatever, we can help you. Like, let's get your views out there. You know what I'm saying, dude? So, yep.
And the family. I mean, shoot, that's why I love it. I told my girl, told my friends, there's not too many people where I can be myself truly around. But when I'm around fighters, these are people that understand me. There's something that a lot of people don't. And I can talk to people from the West Coast. I can talk to people here at the Scrapyard or wherever, and we understand each other on a level that there's this connection, and you can't fake it. And I love it. It's just
Well, the fighting is real, right? You can't fake fighting. So with that comes a lot of real personalities, a lot of real people, and so that's why I think our community is so strong. You know, so. It's cool. It's cool to see.
And you know, you see afterwards, you see the real respect and you see real love between a lot of these people, man, through fellowship, through community, you know, and a lot of us don't live in the same places, but we're checking up on each other. You know, you would have no idea, you know.
You wouldn't, yeah. And it's like, to think of my personal web now is crazy, bro. Like I've, all over the United States, I'm talking to people every day. And before it wasn't. I was so like just in my hometown, just my own crew, you know what I'm saying? And so man, StreetBeefs has connected me to a lot of people and a lot of opportunities, and I am just stoked to keep it going, just keep it going.
I did have a quick question, because I know that, so you have a Facebook, and then you have the Instagram and YouTube. TikTok, I was curious, because building like social media profiles, do they kick a lot of stuff down for fighting, or is it pretty cool at fighting stuff?
No, they don't like violence at all. I actually just had I had an account that was at like 16 or 17K. It had one viral fight. It was Dozer versus Bodacious. And actually talked to Dozer. I was like, bro, did you know you went viral on TikTok? He was like, no, send me that. And literally the same day I went to log in on that TikTok and it was deleted. They had already. I had to message him and be like, bro, like I have the video, but it's not on there anymore. So I felt bad. But yeah. And before that, a couple years ago, I had an account that was almost 300K and doing really well. Like I was, conversing daily with the TikTok community about our community, and it was cool. But they ended up, they deleted that one, and so I've pretty much given up with TikTok. And even now, you can go on there, you'll see viral video, you'll see viral West Coast fights. You'll see viral, any fights on random accounts, but you can't report them all. And it's just like, at the end of the day, as long as they know it's StreetBeefs, then it's just more advertising for us. Someone else is clicking upload, and I'm getting some free advertisement. So that's just how I look at it.
That's true, man. I wanted to ask real quick, man, because from time to time I refer to you as Master Zed.
Yeah.
But can you tell us, where does the name come from? How did that come about? Because it's very cool, man.
Appreciate that. Yeah, Bushido is just an ode to my heritage. My mother's full Japanese. And so I'm half, and my other half is just, real mixed. Super mixed. So I really kind of identify with the Japanese part of me. And so that's the Bushido part. And honestly, the Zed part was kind of random. But I didn't want to put my real name. So I was like, I'm going to put something that's kind of short. So I picked Zed, and, I toyed with it in my mind a little bit at first, and I was like, man, maybe it should be something else. But it came time to it, and Face was like, yo, what's your fight name? It was like, yo, Bushido Zed. Okay. So yeah, it was cool. But yeah, that's kind of the origin story. It's really just kind of like my culture is really what it was based around, and yeah, I kind of just rolled with it.
Nice.
Yeah. That's how the last minute just came down. Yep, stuck.
Yeah. No, it was like, I had to make a choice. It was gonna be on YouTube, so I was like, all right, here we go.
And what does the word Bushido mean? Is that some type of warrior, or?
Yeah, it's a philosophy. It's Bushi and then Do, so it's really just like the way of the warrior, and it's kind of like a doctrine, a loose doctrine that samurai would follow, kind of unspoken, just rules of combat, rules of one-on-one combat, which is different than like full-scale combat, and having honor and respect, and being deadly, and lethal and quick, and you know, and living the way of the warrior. So yeah.
That's fire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have the book. I have not read it yet. The Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. So I need to start that soon.
I have not read that either, and I need a copy. So if you start it, let me know. Let me know how you like it, man.
Thank you. How do you feel about the West Coast versus Strekla Fight Club?
Yeah, that was a good that was a hell of an announcement the other day.
Yeah, I know. Out of nowhere, huh? Out of nowhere. Yeah, it's in the works. It's in the works. You know, we'll see what happens. It'll be if they come in with enough fighters, it'll be a cool thing. You know what I'm saying? Strelka, before it was handled by this gentleman, was kind of a mix of StreetBeefs fighters. So it wouldn't make sense to bring in StreetBeefs fighters as Strelka fighters, because it would be kind of confusing, you know? So hopefully they can come in 10, 15, maybe 20. That'd be awesome. With Strelka named dudes, you know, that have fought, and that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I would love to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, all right. So I have to ask, man. Tom King, do you have any further questions? Because I know we're reaching a little bit closer to the time limit. I'm sorry.
Last one, real quick.
Hit with it.
We're coming down to the end of the year, pretty close here. What is something you're looking forward to for the new season of StreetBeefs West Coast?
Man, figuring out new ways to be innovative, to be creative, new ways to promote the fighters, the personalities. Yeah, just finding out and being more creative, you know, and that's really what it's come down to for me, over the years, is slowly learning, you know, what the viewers like, how can I tell the story, and it's all coming together, you know. It's a process, but the future is looking spicy, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gaining some serious traction, and we have fighters that have fought with us that are now in huge orgs, and so, you know, the eyes will just continue to be on us, and I'm so excited to figure out new ways, new creative ways to promote our fighters. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man, awesome.
Well, you know, I don't want to keep you too much longer. So can you let everyone know where to find you at? All your social medias, the West Coast social media, anything you want to say to let people know, or anything that's on your mind before we have to let you go?
Yo, for sure. Yeah. I mean, SBWC is on YouTube and Instagram primarily. We may be looking at stuff like Rumble, or, you know, other avenues soon, but right now just YouTube and Instagram. For my personal stuff, I have my own Instagram. I more post stories on there than anything else, but I do post updates of, you know, some training here and there. So if you want to look, you know, more into my personal life, you can follow me on Instagram. And I think that's pretty much it, man. So I thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it. Buddy, Samke, you guys are awesome. It was an honor doing this. I would love to come back soon. And thank you for having me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I just want to say, man, thank you for all your work that you do in the organization, as well as thank you for your time tonight, bro. Much appreciated.
Yo.
All righty, man.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I wish I could keep talking, but oh man,
I
we
know.
have
Time
these for a
never
reason.
waits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys know before we get to the fun parts of the rest of the show, we gotta give you a little break.
Hi guys, Bushido Zed here with StreetBeefs West Coast. Make sure you check out OTH, okay, magazine. They've got YouTube, website, I believe, all kinds of stuff. They have Cuzzo, checking out reactions. It's awesome. We have a lot of bangers. Check out OTH, you guys. Thank you.
Yo, Free Smoke with you guys, man. I just want to give a shout out to Overtime Hustling magazine, man. Go cop the edition, man. Go cop the edition, the latest cover, man. They put me on a few covers ago. Go get yours right now, man. And shout out Cuzzo, man. We'll see you with the reactions. Love you, dog. Much love. Overtime Hustling. Let's go.
With KT here. Make sure you check out OTH magazine, man. They got all the hits in here. They're gonna tell you everything you need to know about everybody on the underground. All right.
Welcome back, and you see what it is, Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Now, I got a fun 3 picks for you, and as always, gotta start in the home turf of the Scrapyard. Sanj. Now, I picked him for multiple reasons. One of them being, we see fighters typically be tall, built, a little bit have meat to them, but it's not always that you're going to see a small fighter, 110, 115-pound fighter, 20-pound fighter, whatever. And I love it because you really get to see the dog. Everybody can fight and anybody can fight. And he came out proving. I've seen him fight before, and he made a point to come out, level up. And his most recent fight, you need to keep your eyes on, which is actually why he's a fighter to watch. Because the one that just is about to drop, oh, baby. Second one, StreetBeefs West Coast, Goku. You're already in for a treat the minute I tell you he's from 50/50 MMA. I mean, this dude just rips it. And he definitely lives up to the name Goku. I mean, this guy can deliver some blows. He looks like he knows how to hurt. So if you watch this fight, I promise you, you will not be disappointed for any second of it. I watched the whole thing twice, back to back. It's worth it. Now, for the third fighter of the watch, I have Big Rig from StreetBeefs OG Yard. I watched some of his fights. I like it because he's had some wins. He's had some losses. He's done boxing. And more importantly, which really caught my eye, because all his fights within the past, however, like 4 or 5 months, is he had a bare knuckle match with one of his friends or I don't know something. And I was like, hold on. Clicked on it the second I saw that. And I watched the whole thing. So I know that you will definitely enjoy his fights too. And another thing that big boys can get down too. Shit. And those are my 3 fighters to watch.
Hey, great picks, man. I've seen all of those fights, and man, bangers.
I mean, I'm almost the same. I'm a little bit of fire.
Oh yeah, they were fire. Might be about. Yeah, Sound came to Fire 5. All right, let's go ahead and start it off. StreetBeefs OG Yard. You see it. The King versus KG. This was a fire MMA match. These guys were very competitive. Both men start off striking it up until it was time to grapple. And we got a beautiful slam and a great effort by both. But there was no time wasted in this fight. These men got straight to it, and we ended up getting a real sneaky finish. StreetBeefs, OG Yard, the King versus KG, firefight. Moving on, StreetBeefs Scrapyard. You see it. This is a classic right here. Mr. June versus El Perro. What can I say? This was very entertaining kickboxing right here. We got a lot of chopping kicks, knees, and nut shots. But both men, they were game. They got busy from start to finish. And yeah, just this fight had great energy, man. This had it had great energy. But we saw there was a lot of body work, and that kills the cardio. And we already know cardio is key. But yeah, man, beautiful strikes across the board. The combos, everything you want to see in a firefight. StreetBeefs, Scrapyard, Mr. June versus El Tero, firefight. Yeah, you see it. Another classic. I'm going to take you to StreetBeefs West Coast. 619 versus Mr. Silas, aka Mr. Silas. Yeah, man, this is like I said, a classic. Both of these guys are big names in the West Coast, and this is one of their first fights. And this was a beautiful clash of styles. What we got here was a lot of counter punches versus a lot of pressure. We saw the sneaky defense, the slips nonstop, but then we got the walk down. You know, great clash of styles, and at the end of the day, as we always say, cardio is key. Cardio is key. StreetBeefs West Coast 619 versus Mr. Silas firefight. Yeah, moving on. I'm gonna take you back to StreetBeefs OG Yard. That's right, OG Yard. This is another classic fight. Deadpool versus Scrapyard's branch leader Fire Chicken. That's right, in the OG Yard. This was his first fight. And as you can see by the timestamp, these men wasted no time. They got straight to it. Fire Chicken with his debut coming out, great attacks, great use of defense. And yeah, man, the defense was great until the chin got exposed and we saw what happens. StreetBeefs OG Yard, Deadpool versus Fire Chicken, firefight. And lastly, I'm going to take you back to StreetBeefs West Coast for our final firefight of the night. Title fight. Streetbender versus Unga Bunga. This was a classic fight that just went down at the 3-year anniversary. Excellent MMA match. High level grappling, heavy strikes, great use of ground and pound. Both men showing high fight IQ, just everything you need in a title fight. The reversals, you know, and both men being aggressive but intelligent. Warriors. StreetBeefs West Coast, Streetbender versus Unga Bunga, Samkan the Fire 5.
Awesome picks. And I just watched that Fire Chicken one not too long ago too. So hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I saw I think he did post it recently. A lot of people don't know about that one, man. He came out, man, and like I said, got straight to it, man. Got straight to it.
And that's my favorite thing about all the branch leaders. Every branch leader has gotten down. I'm like, yeah.
And you know what? To their credit, every single one has hands. You know, every single one has gotten down. Every single one has hands. So, yeah, shout out to the branch leaders of StreetBeefs.
So I don't know. I think it's about time to wrap up the show.
It's about that time, bro. I'm looking at the watch. It's about that time, bro. Let me go ahead and get the shout outs out the way. First and foremost, got to thank our guest tonight, Bushido Zed. Thank you for what you've done for the organization, for the fighters, for the community, and thank you for your time tonight. Also, thank you to the people in the comment section, people in the live chat, the people watching us on replay. We do this for you guys. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to StreetBeefs OG Yard, StreetBeefs Scrapyard, StreetBeefs West Coast, and StreetBeefs Dirty South. We do this for y'all. Major shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Major shout out to Heart in the Fight. And yeah, man, I don't really do the social media. You got me. If not, catch me here, same time, same place. And yeah, man, I just want to also give a shout out to the greatest co-host, Buddy V, and the greatest producer, Jay. Appreciate y'all, man. And that's it for me.
Hell yeah, no, it's a fun time as always. And you know, Zuel, that's where you need to go check out the fun stuff. The website, zuel-world.com. Always a fun time on there. Remember, I only say the code every so often. So Y and B stands for Yankee and Brit at the discount. So that way you get a discount when you go to the checkout. Yeah, check that out. Instagram, Zuel_Buddy Weeks. It's always a fun time over there. And yeah, I got a few projects I've been working on. I got actually a new line. I can't even put them online. I'm so sorry because almost every single one is already spoken for. But I've made a whole new batch of women's earrings as a part of Zuel to Grow, and yeah, y'all sold out. So what could I say? But yeah, you guys will see them soon. I promise that. And other than that, you know, I had a good fun time. Thank you guys all for watching. Thank you, Samke. I couldn't kill it without you. This is a killer episode. And Jay, yeah, you know. We gotta keep you on your toes. We were too easy this episode. We had too much fun. But with that, in the words of Jay, one world, one love, deuces.